Hello again. I've been reading a book called Endure, which somebody suggested that I read. It's by Alex Hutchinson, and it's about endurance and fatigue and why people get tired and various other things, training. And one thing actually that associated with this that I thought about, one of my friends is a physiologist, a pharmacologist physiologist. He used to do a lot of stuff on the treadmill and experimenting with himself. And one thing he found is that when he was running at a steady pace and keeping an eye on his heart rate, if he started doing mental arithmetic, his heart rate would go up. And I think that association with mental activity and physiological response is quite interesting. Notably, that mental fatigue affects your physical performance, and obviously we also know that the converse is true, but we're more interested in performance physically here. So what that really means is that you can't sustain a given intensity of effort for as long if you're mentally fatigued. So this has implications for both training and racing. In training, you want to make sure that for the most intense training sessions, the ones where you want to perform really effectively and stimulate your physiological responses most effectively, you want to be fresh, well rested both mentally and physically. But in racing, it's crucially important because the intensity that you can sustain, it will be reduced if you're mentally tired. Somebody I used to cycle with he had a much better year one particular year, and he won the Scottish Championships and did some other quite good performances, rode the Ras in Ireland, a stage race, quite a big stage race. He wasn't a professional athlete, so he had to manage his work around his cycling. And one thing that he said was it had made a huge improvement in his performances. So if he had a Sunday race, the day before the race, the Saturday, he would get all the things he needed to do done in the morning so that he could spend the afternoon resting and preparing for the race. And that made a big difference to his performances. So if you think about this a bit more, then if you can do things up front, say you can do a certain thing before the race or think about things before the race so that you don't have to make as many decisions in the race. So it's like the what ifs that we sometimes talk about, like what if this happens, what if that happens, what will I do? Then you're taking away stress from during the race, to reducing the mental stress that you're going to suffer from during the race, and as a consequence you can focus actually that energy on working harder and going faster or going faster for longer, or if you have to make concentrate on something for a period of time during the event, you can do that. Make sure you have a warm-up routine, perhaps listen to music. That can make a huge difference if you've got a good sort of playlist before the event. I remember Karen Dark, who I used to work with for hand cycling, the Paralympic hand cyclist. She always had a really good playlist, and that was her focus. She used that during her warm-up, therefore she minimised distractions, but also she had a routine that gave her good feelings before the event. But this can also help during the event, particularly if it's a long event. What's going to happen during the event? What decisions might you have to make? What might stress you during the event? Might you have doubts? Might you have negative self-talk? And also if it's a multi-day event, like a stage race or a bikepacking event, for instance, how can you minimise the stress that's on you during the event so that you can optimise your physical performance, go faster on average and recover better? And obviously if you can have routines, practice various things, practice mental strategies, and all these types of things, and have things to go to, like you might have a certain piece of music that helps you relax and de-stress you, or you might have do something NLP or a hypnotic trance and a trigger. So a trigger, like I sort of cross my fingers like that sometimes for building confidence, and that works for me. So if I feel a bit stressed or agitated or unsure, then I can do that, and it makes a big difference for me. So like I might want to do it now in a YouTube video. So that's basically it. It's just a case of thinking about mental things that can impact you in physical situations, and using this preparing for your event so that you optimise your performance. And it's free, it's free, isn't it? You don't have to get any fitter to prepare properly, and as my friend Jack often says, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. And obviously the opposite is true. If you prepare properly, you're likely to have a better performance. I hope this helps and you like these videos, and please like, subscribe and all that other stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.